the concepts of diet is we don't make a religion out of diet. We don't make a cult out of diet. There's a lot of organizations that have done that. A lot of people say, I eat this way, I eat that way. That makes me spiritual. It's all based on energy, grounding, centering, and all these things. So when I used to start working with students privately, of which most of what we're doing at Rasaji.com, sort of life, is years of the Lama working with people privately. We are now giving that out, that knowledge to the people. So when I would work with people, I would say, first, take the toxins out of your diet, right? So you kind of become a little bit of an ingredient reader, right? But you want the preservatives, and you can't believe how healthy people will get just by taking the toxins out of their diet, right? Most people need to adjust to that a year or two before they do anything else. Then after that, there's about three things you can do. And we eventually will have this document, like the column exercise, up on the thing. We're working on this now. And that is, you want to rotate all forms of food, your root vegetables, your proteins, whether you're partaking of animal protein or not. You want to rotate them about 5 day cycles out. By 5 to 7 days, any poisons or any type of allergenic reactions have a tendency to be eliminated from the body. One of the most basic reasons that humans today are kind of really unhealthy, they had their favorite foods when they were young and as a teenager, and at 30, 40, and 50, they're still eating those foods. And the moment they eat them, the next thing you know, they're running for a handkerchief to blow their nose because they're not getting rid of that. There's an old Arabic saying, we eat ourselves to disease, we digest ourselves to health. And your elimination system is greatly. Now, that being said, what's going to happen is you partake of nutrition on a psychic and spiritual level, sun, moon, four basic elements. You're going to want less physical food. It's just natural. So what you start to see is, more than calling this meat, let's call it heavy. It's a heavy food, right? And you'll start to naturally, from an energy and vibrational point of view, you'll want less and less. You look back a couple of years, and then you would have seen the amount of food that you eat be reduced, the amount of nutritional level of the food and the supplements increased, the calorie decreased, and you're going to find out that on an average, you went from eating 3 meals a day with snacks down to probably about a meal and a half. And instead of you starting your first meal at 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning, it's more likely going to happen about 11 to 1 o'clock. In other words, break the fast, breakfast, right? And the energy level that you're going to start feeling by making those 3 or 4 adjustments, which we'll be outlining on the site, you can. But then your relationship to the Holy Spirit, repeating the 45-day challenge, the Holy Spirit's going to tell you what it wants you and not wants you to eat. But it's going to look at the whole of you anatomically. It's not just going to say, well, I don't want you to eat red meat because it's not good for your DNA. That's bullcrap. It's going to tell you what you need, right? I'll give an example. Let's say that you, for better or for worse, you've had an allergic reaction to poison ivy. Let's say that the physician decided to prescribe you a steroid, which is one of the most powerful ways to destroy that reaction in the body. But if you know anything about a steroid, body doesn't really like the side effects of steroids. And we know that from watching weightlifters over the year. They've destroyed their kidneys, they've destroyed this and that. But did you know that by eating red meat 72 hours after taking steroids, that the steroids would bind to the meat and you would pass it through your elimination system? If you're a vegetarian or you're a vegan and you're saying, I'm being righteous spiritually and I don't eat meat, Lama, and but wouldn't it have been smart to have eaten meat to get rid of that? So understand, you have to weigh things on a present moment. Spirit, the more you develop a personal relationship to the Holy Spirit and Abba, diet is going to be important. But when you're looking at the circle of life, people a lot of times say, why is nutrition, Lama, down at chapter 5? Because that's its level of importance. In the scheme of things, you better get your mind right first. You better learn to breathe energy. You better move energy. And then you got to look at nutrition on 3 levels, and not just is your body more alkaline or acidic, and how you, whether you eat meat or don't eat meat.